Whoa. Okay. We are a little late to the party here, but the computer, it's a mess. We're going to tweet out the stream. Allow some time for people to arrive because I'm currently talking to myself. Love that. Ooh, love that for me. Okay, so let's open up properly. Hello to the person who just joined. I love how I threw the book I was going to be reading across from me instead of keeping it close by. That was a real smart decision. Hopefully everyone's... I don't know if I'm meant to be talking about the quarantine in these or if I'm meant to be like, these are escapists, but hopefully everyone is having, a decent enough time on their lovely Friday afternoon, evening, depending on where you are in the world. I guess it could be a morning, depending on where you are. Time is like a social construct, and I don't fully understand it. Here in lovely California, we're under a mandatory stay-at-home situation, which is wild because I had to go to the pharmacy, and the line was around the store. Okay, it wasn't really that bad. It was like 10 people deep, but I have never experienced a line to get into a grocery store, so it was not a fan of it. Not a fan of those 10 people. I was waffling back and forth on what I wanted to read today. Part of me really wanted to pick up the only book for this secret TBR video I've managed to actually start and enjoy to the point that I think I'm actually going to read it. But then I was like, if we actually do reading sprints today, then it would kind of defeat the entire purpose of the secret TBR if I was reading one of the books on a live stream. But what do I know? I don't know anything. But if you all planned to be reading something, I would love to know what that is. Yeah, Emily, I feel sorry for you too if you have to go to a CVS. I was just going to my local neighborhood Albertsons. And again, it was only like 10 people deep. So like even the line to get to the store wasn't that bad, but wasn't here for the 10 minutes it took me to get through that line. And we're live with... I was also just, I don't know, maybe it's just because, to be fair, I probably made more grocery runs. Albertsons is just like a Dillon's. It's like a Kroger, a Walmart, but more expensive and smaller. What is it? What was I saying? Maybe it's because I've gone to the grocery store probably more times than it's probably recommended during this whole like stay-at-home situation. But the fact that there were still people in the Albertsons with like carts full of items, and I guess like people get paid at different points in the month, and people have different work schedules that they might not have been able to go to the store last week. Like I try in my mind to like understand how there could still be really long lines at the store. But part of me was just also like, what were you people like? I don't know. I shouldn't be judging. Everyone's life is different, but I was definitely judging in the store. I just shouldn't do it on the live stream. It's going to be up for forever. So, I mean, more power to the people who were there today to get their groceries. I was just very confused. If you want to. I just knew that there were some readathons that were starting this weekend. Like I know that Zodiac-a-thon is a thing. I'm not participating, but I know that it's out there. And then B and Liv are hosting a weekend readathon that, again, I'm not participating in because it's like a spooky Halloween in March situation. I mean, the themes were like very open to interpretation, and I probably could have participated if I had wanted to, but like honestly, we discussed last week how I feel about readathons. So that would be a little silly. But this one, How to Be Remy Cameron. Shout out to y'all. I talked about how last week I couldn't finish it, but I hope that you do. Hopefully I get my stuff together and we actually do some reading sprints this stream, but I'm not going to make any promises. My mom tried to get Walmart delivered to the house, and they flat out canceled us because they were, well, I'm sorry. I just also want to say, I don't know. Maybe it's because I live in suburbia. So, like, I'm sure that there are people in suburbia who do that thing. Because, like, they offered at all of our stores, like, you can get them dropped off at your house. You can, you know, do the pickup there. Like, I just don't understand it personally. I just don't. I it's weird. But I also like going to the grocery store, and so I like walking through all the aisles 7 times going, do I need to get that? I don't know. I can't do that if I'm just like adding it to a digital cart. But I'm also that person who also prefers to just walk on over to Barnes & Noble on book release Tuesday, which obviously I can't do now. Like, I might be going to the grocery store more than you're probably meant to be going out during this quarantine, but I'm not trying to go to no bookstore. I'm not trying to go to Hobby Lobby, not trying to go to a Michael's. Like, I side-eye those people, even though I've been out and about probably just as much. Hello, Heather. How are you? I feel like I probably should say that I miss Barnes & Noble, but I also probably go to my local Barnes & Noble more than is like advised for any person to go who doesn't usually buy things. So this little break is probably good for the both of us. So so because I wasn't going to read the one that was for a secret TBR, because I feel like that would probably break the idea of it. I think I'm going to try and pick up A Well-Behaved Woman by Therese Ann Fowler during today's sprinting sessions, just because the first paragraph sounded like it would also be a book that I would really love. And if I do love it, I'll actually be able to talk about this one during the stream. I just need to reply to one more thing. I'm being a terrible person. What was I doing? Can I even? There we are. Oh, why is caps lock on? I am not good at multitasking. Okay. Focusing on the stream now. Let's see here. I love going to the cafe. They have the fire. Maybe this makes me a terrible Californian. I don't know, but I don't fuck with mango. I don't fuck with mango anything. So, like, I don't know. I'm happy you like it, but if I want, but there's a cute girl working there. Oh, well, shout out to you. Hopefully she doesn't die in this whole situation, and your happily ever after can still occur once we're all back to lives as usual. I don't know. So let me get this whole situation for the okay. Let me get a timer set up so we can do some lovely reading sprints. I think if you guys have a preferred time, when I was doing them in January, I did 20-minute increments. I felt that 20 minutes was a decent amount of time, but if you guys want to go for a little bit shorter, like 10, 15, I'm down with it. I'm not reading a book that I'm particularly invested in. I only read the first paragraph at the Goodwill when I got it, and it sounded like something that I was going to enjoy more than other things, and it was $2. So that's how Goodwill be getting people with them $2 books. Can we maybe just not yet? Let's get rid of that because I'm not ready for that. Okay, so I'm not seeing. I guess there is a delay. I'll wait for the delay while I set the actual. Okay. Hope you're all staying hydrated. Very important. Okay. 20 is good. 20 it is. I don't see anyone disagreeing. So we're going to go for our first sprint of 20 minutes. I wonder if I zoom out. Love it. Okay, so I'm going to mute the mic. I'll be back here in 20 minutes, and we'll reconvene. Hello, welcome back. Hopefully, everyone had a good time reading. I managed to get 27. I read 27. I'm on page 28 now. And a lot has happened over here in A Well-Behaved Woman. I hadn't expected so much to happen in 27 pages, but I am very much still enjoying the book. It is definitely giving me what I thought that first paragraph was going to give me. So I'm excited to see how the rest of this plays out. It's definitely a very interesting start to the story so far. So I hope everyone else was able to make some dents, some progress to move forward in their books. If you guys want to start telling me what you've been reading for the past 20 minutes, feel free to do so. But basically, so A Well-Behaved Woman is about Alva Smith, the wife of Mr. Vanderbilt. At the moment I'm reading about her, she is not yet married to him. And she, like, her mother has died, from what I'm gathered in the story, and her father is very sick, and so her and her sisters are about to be broke in like the 1920s, not really the 20s, it's like the late 1800s ish. The Civil War has happened, but I don't really get like Great Depression is right around the corner vibes, but it's in that pocket of time. And so her father is sickly, and she's just trying to marry a rich man, and she can't marry any of the New York rich men because they've all closed ranks, and they're like, "We're the old money rich people. We're too good for you, Alva." And so she's getting with the new money rich man, Mr. Vanderbilt, and his family is keen on this arrangement because Alva's family is apparently pretty well known. I've never heard of it. Like, their last name is fucking Smith. I don't understand how you can be a well-known Smith, but go for it. And so yeah, I got to read about Alva. Apparently, she used to dance at Emperor Napoleon's parties, and I was just like, I mean, I wouldn't brag about that, but go off, Alva. But yeah, it was a cute moment. Cute moment for sure. Almost done with Fun Home. I've checked out Fun Home a good like 3-4 times. Never managed to finish it. So shout out to you. I will never be me. Will probably never be me. But I've heard, actually I take it back. I haven't heard anything good about that graphic novel. But I did hear good things about the Broadway adaptation of the graphic novel, which is probably honestly the only reason I wanted to read it in the first place. And then I just, yeah. I'm reading The Fatal Throne, The Wives of Henry VIII. Tell All from Princess Castle Libraries. Book recommendation. Interesting. That sounds like a fun little read. I had never heard of that book, but I don't know how it could be boring just based on the subject matter. I did recently get very into the new musical Six about the same subject matter. And that's been on repeat on my Amazon Music when I get in the car, and it's pretty much the reason why I haven't made any progress in my audiobook, because I'm like, I don't want to listen to the audiobook when I could listen to Six, the musical. So I'll have to check that out. I'll have to look and see if my library has the audio, because I do like nonfiction on audio, and I guess that could be, I would assume that's a nonfiction title, but I guess it could be a fiction title. Like this one here, A Well-Behaved Woman, I believe is meant to be inspired by the actual events of the situation, but it is very much a novelization, much like her other book about Zelda Fitzgerald, which blew up. I think there's even like I think it was an HBO series. It might have been an Amazon Prime series about Zelda Fitzgerald, but I'm sure Zelda was an accomplished woman in her own right, but I don't really care about her husband, so I don't care to look into her, which I guess is probably pretty misogynistic of me, but yeah, I would hope the drama is there. If you wrote a book about Henry and his 6 wives and somehow managed to erase the drama from the situation, you would probably be the most talented writer in all of like existence, because like that would be such an achievement. Like, talk about world-changing behavior from a single individual. It was an Amazon Prime series I watched. I really liked it because Christina Ricci was in it, and I'm okay. Well, I can't. Wait, wasn't Christina Ricci also in that the ABC Family show about that girl who was dying of cancer? I forget what it was called. I didn't watch that either. But that's the only reason. That's the only thing I can think of Christina Ricci. So if that wasn't her, sorry, but I'm also happy the series was that you liked it. I probably won't watch the series about Zelda Fitzgerald, unless this book is so good that I feel the urge to go pick up the one about Zelda. But I'm enjoying this book, but I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't speak too soon. I feel like okay, you don't know either. I feel like I might like the Zelda one just because of how much I'm liking this one, and maybe Alva Vanderbilt and Zelda were similar people. I don't know. Maybe I'll have to look into it. I'll have to see if that book starts off as strongly as this one, because this is I think the best way for anybody to know if I'm going to like a book. One, if the drama is there. But even then, like that's questionable because sometimes the drama is there, like in the Mortal Instruments series, and not my baby, the Mortal Instruments, but like if you're in Formal Devices, you could argue that the drama is there, but not with characters I care about. So the series was Jessamine, and she got done so dirty. Like, y'all want to come for her just because she wanted to get married to somebody and go live a normal life. Like, leave Jessamine alone. But like the drama is there, and in this one, like Alva does not care about like the man. She's like, just give me my money, and I'm like, you know what? Take care of yourself, Alva. Get what you want. And he seems to be into it too. Like I've only like we met Mr. Vanderbilt in the scene where he proposed essentially, and I was like, they've never interacted. Like he seems to be coming to this marriage with the same understanding. So like I'm here for it. So that's how I appreciate things. I appreciate characters. They know what they want and they get what they want. And I'm assuming things are gonna fall apart because it can't be that simple. Like you can't give me like this lovely, happy situation 28 pages into the book and then have everything like work out that amazingly well. I don't think I'm going to try and do 4 sprints just to get back on track a little. I do not have the energy to do like an hour of reading with y'all today, but I do think I want to do at least one other sprint. So if you guys want to do that now, if you have any other questions, anything you want to talk about that's happening in your books, I don't know what's going on in Fun Home. I'm assuming people are dying over here in Fatal Throne because 3 of his wives died. And 2 of it was because of him. So I don't know how far along you are into the dying or the messiness, but if you want to tell me things about that. If you just have other general quarantine plans, I know a lot of the BookTube situation people are out here playing Animal Crossing today, and I do not own Animal Crossing, so I'm here with y'all. I tried playing the Pocket Camp situation to see if I even liked the thing before I went out and bought some Animal Crossing. I couldn't get into it. So I don't think I'm going to be wasting my money on Animal Crossing, but I understand that's probably in a lot of people's futures. I don't know. I'm hoping they're enjoying themselves. I would just feel sad if they weren't, because everyone seemed very excited for this lovely release day. So I'm hoping they're able to enjoy it. Okay. Well, in that case, I'm gonna go ahead and put the timer back up. We'll do another. Oh, 1 second. In the beginning, page 84, where one of his wives is about to get. If this is page 84, and it's the beginning. I'm assuming that's Anne Boleyn. I'm assuming, because that's the first one that died. So rest in peace to Anne Boleyn. I don't know anything about Anne Boleyn other than the fact that she was the one that died first. Very sad. I mean, I guess somebody had to die first, but poor Anne. Fun Home is basically just the author's realizing her dad is gay and she's also gay, which like mood, but I'm having problems with it just because it also seems like her dad is a major. Oh, well, I'm happy I never finished. I'm happy I never finished it, but I also just really hated the art style. So I don't think I ever would have got to the part where her dad was creep, but that is unfortunate. And I'm happy that it was. I mean, I'm happy that it was Anne. I'm happy that my guess was correct. I mean, to be fair, I did have a 1 in 6 shot of it being Anne, just based on the fact there's only 6 of them, and 2 of them didn't die. So, I mean, the odds of it being Anne were pretty great, but I'm still happy not to have embarrassed myself on the internet by knowing some basic Henry VIII trivia. So, in that, I am going to now, like I was saying, I'm going to put the timer back on the screen. We'll do another sprint for 20 minutes. We'll come back, we'll chat for a little bit, and then I'll be done for today. But I'm happy that some people came out. It's at a weird time. Friday, noon. It's a weird time situation, I understand. But like, this was the only time I could guarantee actual quiet and serenity. And so I figured I was just going to go with it. It's getting on my nerves after each wives chapter, Henry gives his side of the story. I mean, I don't know if I would ever need Henry's side of the story. Like, I think his side of the story is pretty, like, we get it. You wanted your son. Like, I got it. You didn't get a son. You wanted it. That's literally all I need to know. Like, I don't think I need any information more than that. Because you didn't have to kill these people. Like, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do all that. Especially because some of his wives were executed under, like, very dubious evidence. Like, I don't know a lot about Anne Boleyn. I don't, like... European history is, like, not my situation. It is... like, I don't really care about it at all. But basic understanding is I feel like the evidence against Anne was very suspect to begin with. And so to execute her is odd. But we get it. You wanted your son. You didn't get it. Anne was cheating. Whatever. Sure, she was. I think people would have known that she was fucking her brother. I don't think that's a really great argument. I don't think you could really keep that a secret. So I've said this 3 times now, but I'm actually putting this timer back on the screen. We'll do, can we, okay. Here we are. Timer's back on the screen. 20 minutes. Read. We'll come back. We'll catch up. I'll catch up if there's anything else in the comments because of the delay. So yeah, let's get on this. Start. Here we are. Let's mute the mic. was not paying attention at all, and things were just getting good. So love that for me. If anything, I have discovered that we're in 1874, 1875. Wasn't paying that close attention, obviously. That's where we are. Like I said, things were just getting juicy. It looks like some drama was just about to happen. Very excited to see where that goes. But I'm just going to put that off because it's starting to get loud at my house, and I'm not understanding why that is, but it's a thing. It's happening. But I'm hoping that you guys are able to make some progress on your reads. Hopefully, Emily was able to finish up Fun Home, and hopefully Tia got to come and see Anne get beheaded, because I think that's what happened to Anne. Anne was beheaded. And then so was Catherine. I think Catherine got a beheading, but like I said, English history, European history, not my area of, I don't want to say expertise, but like area of stuff that I care about, I guess. So yeah, I'll be here to chat. Let's do like, I don't know, like 15 or so minutes of just whatever you guys want to do or not do. So that puts us at like 1:25, 1:30. I'm gonna head out. Gonna have some lunch. I don't know what I'm gonna make yet. I'm thinking it's probably going to be ramen noodles because I'm pretty lazy at the moment. I have for lunch today. Feel free to leave your lunch orders in the chat. Although I guess on the East Coast it's like 4 o'clock. So you could be having dinner. Again, I think in England it's pretty late. It's I want to say it's 9 at night. So maybe you're having a late night snack. I don't know. Like I said, time is relative and I don't fully understand it. So there is that. As far as what's happening here, like I said, I found out what year we're finally in. I guess if I had known anything about the Vanderbilts, I would have known it was already 1875, but that's where we are. And it was pretty much just like her picking out her wedding dress in this scene, which was interesting enough. Also, homegirl is like low-key starving to death, so Alva got that going for her. Hit at the liquor drive-thru. Dallas is not completely shut down yet. I mean, that sounds like some really great afternoon plans. When I was at the store earlier, I talked about at the beginning of the stream, I was going to pick up some a prescription. That's a word. And while I was there, I was like, I could get some White Claw because I'm already here. Why not grab a White Claw for the stream? But then I was like, Monty, you're doing this stream at noon. No one needs to be drinking a White Claw at noon just because we're in a quarantine. So I didn't get the White Claw. But also the idea of a liquor store drive. I mean, maybe it's not an actual drive-through. Maybe that's just like the phrasing. I'm sure it has to be the phrasing. Yeah, I'm not gonna drink dumb bitch juice on live stream like that, but yeah, stay safe out there at the liquor store. I mean, I don't know what we had when everybody was out here grabbing up all the toilet paper from every store imaginable. I still don't think they've had shipments of toilet paper in our area yet. I don't think anywhere really. I don't know. I don't keep up with the toilet paper saga like that. But we had to go to the liquor store to get our toilet paper. The Super on the corner, it came through. And so shout out to liquor stores everywhere. They might have something that you need. It's an app. No way. Okay, I don't understand. I mean, I guess everything is I got an email from Michaels today talking about curbside pickup. So I guess you can do anything drive-through curbside pickup. That just sounds so bougie to me, but I'm happy that this is a thing that exists in the universe. And I'm happy that it's far away from me because I feel like if I didn't have to get out of the car, it would have been real easy to. Wow. Okay. Shout out to Dallas. Um, I don't think California is completely shut down. Like we're in like a mandatory stay-at-home situation, but like when you have exceptions for like the grocery store being open and the bank being open, like I don't really know what you mean like mandatory stay at home. Like I said, I've been trying to stay home. I probably have gone to the grocery store more times than is probably wise. Like I feel like every time you go to the grocery store at this point, like your odds of getting whatever is out there, not even just the corona, but like just like the regular flu, or just like a cold or something is like doubled or whatever, just because like bitch, you should be at home. But I don't. I had like a train of thought that I was trying to connect there, and then I went off, and it's gone. So I'm sure I'll think about where I wanted that to go, and I won't be on live anymore. So shout out to me. But that's crazy. An actual drive-through liquor store. That yeah, maybe it's more common than I think about. Oh, that's what I was saying with mandatory. Like I don't know how mandatory something is if people are still allowed to go to the grocery store and still allowed to go to the bank. Like I mean, I guess that limits like what you can do, but like and I guess like people are talking about you can still go on a walk to the park. But I'm like, why am I trying to be outside at all during this situation? Like, go chill in your backyard. I mean, I guess maybe that's coming from a point of privilege because I live in a house, and so like there are yards. I guess if you have an apartment complex, there's no real yard for you to go walk around in. But I don't understand these people trying to like go on hikes and go to the beach. Like, even if it's on the beach, like, why are you at the beach right now? Like, and I know, like, if you're not next to somebody, obviously you're not just gonna catch it from the wind. Like, I get it, but also, like, yeah, I'm not intelligent enough to survive this, so that's why my ass is staying inside. So, love that for me. What time is it? Where's my water? You didn't technically miss a whole lot because technically all we did was read. There was no exciting conversations to be had, and this will be up. What is this? It'll be up after the stream ends. I'm gonna end this in like 10 minutes at this point. Yeah. So technically it'll be up, but I really didn't do like if you weren't here for the live situation, it'll be here after. You can still do the reading sprints. There are some other videos I did in January that are also reading sprints. Like you missed me talking about my book that I was reading, A Well-Behaved Woman by Therese Ann Fowler. It's about Alva Vanderbilt and Alva Smith and her marriage to Vanderbilt. There was a scene in this most recent chapter that I was reading, and I was kind of gagging because all I could think about was like Alice Vanderbilt. They were talking about Alva's wedding and all the details and things and her life after the wedding, and Alva was talking about how she wanted to bring Lulu in as her servant because it's 1874, and I guess Lulu is a black character in 1874, so it ain't gonna be good. Nothing good happens to no black person in 1874, but it's okay because Lulu is a she light-skinned it. So, but still, Alice was being low-key racist. And by low-key, I mean very overtly racist. And all I could think about was like if Anderson Cooper had read this and if Anderson Cooper thought that this was like an accurate depiction of his family. Like he's already called out his family on their slave owning past as a Vanderbilt. But I feel like it's still different to read like an author's fictionalized account of one of your relatives. I don't know. It's all I could think about. And I was kind of amused by it. Autumn over here flexing, talking about she hasn't left her house in months. Some of us leave the house And so, I mean, I don't mind being at home. Every time I've had to go out, it's because my uncle is ancient. He's not that ancient, but like he's an older American. And so, like, he's technically at higher risk. So I'm like, well, I'm not trying to have you die. So I'll go to the grocery store. But also, like, do I need to go to the grocery store? Probably not. Like, it's not like we have no food. Like, there is food in this house. They could eat it. But there I am at the grocery store. There I am at the pharmacy. So I did have to go to Bevmo, which is technically, I guess, a liquor store, but I feel that there was like nobody in the Bevmo, which is weird. It's like a massive store, and there was like 2 people in it. So I don't think I caught anything at the Bevmo. If I do get sick and die of the corona, it was probably from the Albertsons. And it was probably because I was trying to be a nice, like the first day, like before we even had like the mandatory shelter in place order or any of that fun situation. There was this like lady who had like 4 things, and I was like, man, just go ahead of me. And I touched her cart, and if I get sick and die, it's because I helped it. I told that lady to go in front of me because she had like 4 things, and I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, I'm gonna be waiting here anyway, so that's put that on my tombstone, I guess. But yeah, make sure that if you are leaving your house, like wash your hands. And I think that's really all I can say. Like, wash your hands. Like, I don't think there's anything else you can do if you have to leave your house. I don't really follow the news on the whole mask situation. I don't have a mask. I'm not trying to buy any masks. I don't. Wash your hands is all I got. I mean, I guess you could walk around with some disinfectant spray, but I don't. What's that? You gonna look crazy. I think. Maybe that's mean. I shouldn't say people look crazy, but I feel like if you were out in the grocery store spraying things down with your Lysol before you put it in your basket, it might be a cause for like you just need to stay home or have someone else do your I guess if you're actually that paranoid, someone else doing your grocery shopping is not going to help you. But who knows? So we're entering the last 4 minutes. If there's anything that you feel that burning desire to comment, leave it now. Forever hold your peace. I really hope you cannot hear the like loud thundering noises of my cousins right now. But I don't understand what is happening. It sounds like they're just jumping off their bed trying to kill themselves, which, I mean, I can't relate to. I never jumped off my bed as a child, but the movies have me thinking this is a pretty normal occurrence, but also like it's only been a week, y'all. I need them to calm down. But I will be live again at some point next week. Probably Friday. Probably. I don't have any. Next week is technically a no work week for any of my classes. Like, there's supposed to be like no assignments for any of my classes, but we also haven't really transitioned into online learning because they want to wait and see. And I'm like, bitch, what is there wait and see about? Like, easily the worst college experience that I've ever had. But also, like, I go to community college. It was a very affordable situation. Like, I'm not like some of these people who are out like $50,000, but still not the best time. So we'll see what happens next week. But I will be live again. I don't know if there will be just reading sprints like this one, or if they'll be more chatty like the one I did on Wednesday. But I will be live again. We will be doing this. Like, it'll be fun. I'm happy that it's helping you get out of your reading slump. I too was in a reading slump until like literally 2 days ago. So I really hate the word reading slump. I feel like I can never say that I'm in a reading slump because I've talked about it so many times in my videos. If I don't think it's a real thing, but I'm happy that it's helping you in whatever way, even if you're just, like I said, I too had not really touched a book until like a couple days ago. So I didn't, before a couple days ago, like the reason Wednesdays wasn't a reading sprint live stream was on Wednesday. I just couldn't, there was no reason I was going to be touching a book. And then I think must have been last night, Thursday night, maybe it was later that night on Wednesday, I read some book. Wow, great English there. But yeah. And it helps me read because my reading schedule has been severely fucked up by being at home because I don't really read at home typically. I'll read between my classes. I'll read in line at the grocery store. I'm not bringing any book to a grocery store right now. Like, not trying to bring anything back with me. But yeah. So like this whole being at home, staying at home, quarantining at home, reading at home is not a situation that I do routinely. I think most of the reading I've done at home this year has been on streams. So they definitely helped me as well, but I'm happy that other people are getting something out of it. But that's all I have for today. Hopefully, if you missed anything, you can, like I said, you can watch the playback of this. There are at least like 3 other reading sprint streams that I did. So if you are still trying to sprint, go onto my channel. I don't think they're in a playlist. I'll have to make them into a playlist since there's like a couple of these now. You can just, you can chill with past Monty in the past chat and do some more sprinting. But until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye. Yes, end the broadcast.